how often do the sins of our past return to haunt us in the present? For was it not the greatest of ironies that Bernard Sampson's youthful experimental frog enterprise, with which he toyed as he was cutting his teeth in the world of industry, led to the very green plague that has come to hurt his family today? And what other sins lurk in the past of this story? For what of the frog poisoner of Fleet Street? Surely she was not introduced only to be completely forgotten. My friends, as you sit and hear the rest of my tale, sit not in judgment too harshly. For who amongst us does not have a poisonous frog experiment in our past? And how cautiously do we walk each day for fear that it shall haunt us in the present? The very next night, Sherlock Holmes took me upon his investigation of the case. You will not believe where he took me first. In fact, I bet you could never guess. Could anybody guess where in London Sherlock Holmes took me? I meant after the brothel. Yes, that's right. It was a cemetery. It was a dark and starless night. Holmes, wraith-like, bent above a grave. The moon was large and pale in the sky and filled the night with a sickly yellow tint similar to the ooze which poured from the plague victim's eyes. Yes, it was gross. Holmes, what on earth are we doing here in this cemetery?
I thought it was quite obvious, Watson. We're robbing graves.
Robbing graves, Holmes?
Here's a shovel, sir.
What on earth are you talking about? Why the devil would we rob a grave?
Why, Watson, I would have thought you would have understood that by now. We're robbing the grave so we can examine the dead bodies of Madam Duchess
and the other fellow.
Mr. Masterson. Good guess, sir. Why, I think they laid him to rest just here in these present here.
But are we not in danger of contracting the plague, Holmes?
Never fear.
Why?
Dig her up, Watson.
And so blindly did I trust Holmes that I dug up the plague corpse. Oh, a shallow grave.
Yes. They're rather square. You see, Watson? Despite their putrescence, they are not, in fact, dead.
What?
Yes, this peculiar plague leaves one seeming dead. And then when they are buried, they become quite dead, because it's hard to be buried and live.
But they're buried, Holmes!
Yes, but we've returned just in time that their pulse should be quickening, and they should be awakening presently. It takes some time for them to reambulate. First, their limbs will start spasming. Then they start croaking like actual frogs. Life returning to the vocal cords, you see.
Why, years as a medical man. I never saw anything like it.
Yes, it was the peculiar case of Dahlia Downbury that led me to this.
My good sir, are you all right? You live, sir, you live.
Where am I?
The cemetery, good man.
Why am I at the cemetery?
Because you were dead, or seeming dead, but now you live again.
What about me?
The same, really. Well, come, please, sit on this bench. All right, it's a coffin, but still. Have a seat. Recently returning to life must take it out of you. Watson, do you have any cocaine?
It was a rhetorical question. I always had cocaine.
Let's freshen them up a bit, shall we? Awaken their senses.
Oh, that's really nice. I didn't even know that I was dead. Did you know you were dead? That's so weird.
Deep breaths, madam, deep breaths.
I feel quite normal.
You, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Masterson.
Yes.
Your fiancée has gone missing. She received this letter.
Why, it's in my hand.
Indeed it is.
That is my signature. To the very last 12. You're not suggesting I took her?
You were dead, sir.
Yes.
But find that hard to suggest.
So what are you trying to tell me then?
I need to know who among your enemies knows your hand so keenly that they can replicate it down to the very last twirl. Who has it out for you such that they would make it seem that from the grave you have kidnapped your own fiancé? Is it this woman who you have slighted?
I was dead.
Now, yes, you were dead also.
Mr. Holmes, you will not believe what I am about to tell you. But I was once in the frog experimentation business. Once upon a time, I met a woman. That woman was beautiful.
That woman was Dahlia Downbury, wasn't she?
She was, sir.
Please, tell us all about it. I have no doubt that the root of all frog poisonings leads back to her.
I was there in the laboratory, working on my latest frog, when she suddenly walked in and tapped me slightly on the shoulder. Ah! Oh, hello, madame.
Well, hello. Oh, what have you there? An amphibian. Oh.
It is quite an amphibian.
Oh.
Quite beautiful, yet not as green and slimy as the beautiful image that I see before.
My dear sir, my name is Dahlia Downbury.
Yes, I see it in your lapel.
Yes, recently employed here in the laboratory, and I'm so honored to be in your company, my dear sir.
Why, the honor is quite mine, my dear. I have not seen such eyes. Ones that glimmer like the sun does when one stares directly at it. It is blinding, you see. And I have been charmed by your presence. If I may be so bold, my dear, I shall have you marry me tomorrow.
Why, sir, I hardly know you. And
that's what marriage is for, my dear. I can see in your eyes you find my image just as sniveling as the latest frog.
it's true. Why, that is why I requested to be in your laboratory. And it's true, it's your...
So you see, Mr. Holmes, that very next day we married. We lived a happy life until that dreadful day that I met my other love.
Bernardina Sampson?
that's the very name. I shall tell you the story. I was yet again at the laboratory.
Were you not studying to be a barrister at this point at Oxford?
Yes, the law laboratory.
Ah, yes, the old law laboratories of Oxford.
Yes.
Spent many an hour there myself.
Yes, I was reading the latest law book.
I see you're reading the latest law book.
Yes.
Are you Mr. Masterson, Philip Masterson, if I may be so bold?
Why, yes, I am.
Well, I'm Bernardina Sampson, and, well, I was talking to my professor about someone that could help me study, and his name came across your lips, and, well, I didn't know it would come across such a stunning man reading such stunning literature about law.
Has anyone ever told you you have a beautiful green tint to your skin?
Why, he uses that line on everyone!
Watson, I think we should probably write that down in our blackboard.
It's the
Oh,
arsenic
you go
powder.
to the brothel!
Why? When I see your eyes, it's as if I was staring directly at the sun.
No one has ever said anything like that to me. Ever. I just met you, but I feel that we are terribly connected in some deep, deep way.
Yes, I feel it as well. I shall have you marry me tomorrow.
But I barely know you.
Well, that is what marriage is for, my dear.
So romantic.
Let us see your father immediately.
Yes, let's see immediately.
So you see, we did not marry the next day. We went to see her father, and later I was writhing on the floor like a frog. And that is when my previous love discovered my new love.
She had just recently returned from jail, which I put her in. You remember
Yes,
this?
I do remember this.
So she first came to you upon
Because
the release of jail?
she was imagining that I would take her back immediately, but plans...
You, of course, had the marriage annulled while she was in prison, because who can be
I
married
did
to a
not.
criminal?
I did not.
Well, good sir, you can't marry two women at once.
Not
That's
that-
rather Mormon of you.
Not if you don't let the courts know, sir. I studied law, you see. Now, this is the moment that she discovered me and confronted me for it.
Sir,
Yes.
I must ask one keen question before you relate this tale. Did she have upon her person a feather duster?
Why, yes, she did.
Do. Please, go on.
Yes, of course.
Hello, Philip.
Hello.
You look dusty. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
It has been quite a long time. Listen, it was not my intent that you should be caught.
And yet, it was your intent that I would develop this poisonous, frog-like venom, which ended up killing my beloved frogs.
Yes.
And which I was convicted of and served prison time for. And
Look.
these feathers from this duster came from plumage of actual birds, which I feel are divine, and shall wreak havoc upon you.
Look, I do not wish to hurt you, but I have remarried. Yes, I know we are still married, but I have remarried. Thus the term re. So for that, I must ask you to leave.
Who? Who is it?
Well, technically, I have not remarried.
Who is
I've
it?
re-promised myself to someone.
Is it that Sampson woman?
However, do you know that?
I saw a little bit of lace upon your lapel, and I recognize it. I know her. How dare you?
I'm sorry, you were in jail! Oh!
And another thing!
Why, Holmes, she could give him a good allergy that way!
Dastardly, Watson, just dastardly.
Oh! Listen, must move on with your life. Please, leave me alone. Do not touch her. I have seen the eye of death, as if you were staring into the eyes of the sun.
You shall rue the day that you betrayed me.
So you see, Mr. Holmes, I'm afraid I know who your kidnapper is. It must be her, for she is an angry woman with frogs.
Dahlia Masterson, née Downbury. I could conceive of her being the true criminal in this enterprise. Her powers of deduction are second only to my own. That she could look upon a speck of lace and know instantly its owner is a feat I find myself a bit envious of. All right, sir. I shall take you up on your offer. Watson, we must find Dahlia.
Immediately, we went to Dahlia's house. She was there.
You caught me. Playing with my portable Victrola.
You don't seem quite as incensed as I'd expect you to see it. Viewing our countenances again? I am Sherlock Holmes. Clearly you remember me. I put you in prison for killing all the frogs.
I know who you are. But first I must play this song.
Look at our Holmes! She has a feather duster!
Madame,
Holmes!
please.
To what do I owe this honor? May I ask?
You're the first suspect in a kidnapping. The kidnapping of Miss Bernardina Sampson.
How dare you speak her name in my household?
I can see her name riles you up just now. Where is she? Is she in your basement? Do you have her tied to an amphibian?
How dare you? I would never treat an amphibian that way.
Suddenly losing all control, she attacked Holmes with the feather duster.
I'm not allergic to feathers. That did tickle a bit, though. Madame, I don't wish to hurt you, so please, put it down.
I put it in my belt buckle.
Save it for Watson. He likes that sort of thing.
That was the last time I swapped bordello stories with her.
Well, when this business is over, perhaps we should talk.
All right, Miss Dahlia Danbury, since it seems you have been left unbetrothed by your husband, a divorcee, you aren't married anymore.
Yes, but I was happy on my own these last few months with my Victrola, my bicycle, and my frogs. I do not need a man. And I would never do such a thing, such as bring a venomous creature as a Samson into my household, even if it were for untoward desires.
Someone of your criminal record and your clear motive must have an alibi if she is going to be relieved of this crime.
I have an alibi.
Oh, you're not going to tell me that last night when the crime was happening you were down at...
Well, out with it.
the parlor?
I was. How do you know that?
Why, the parlor is a well-known barber shop.
Yes.
I can see clippings from waxed mustaches upon your shoulders.
Well, the gentleman need a dusting with a feather duster.
And Every occupation is open to a woman in the year 1893, and certainly not a woman of your record. So you had to take your feather duster down to the parlor and brush off the waxed mustache clippings of their patrons there.
Of course I did.
Curses.
What else could I do?
Everyone knows that mustache waxing, trimming happens at night, when the kidnapping would have happened, of course.
I
You can't be guilty, Watson.
I followed you here, Holmes. What do you got, damn it? Wait a minute. What is this on your neck? The same medallion that my wife had. Who are you?
Dahlia Downbury, and who are you?
Bernard Sampson V. With the same medallion.
And that could only mean one thing. What does it mean, Holmes?
I was sure that she was the one that took my daughter.
Indeed. And if she had kidnapped your daughter, then she would have been kidnapping her very own cousin. That's right. Miss Dahlia Downbury is in fact a Samson from the other side of the sheets.
Is that true?
You have the same necklaces. It's the coat of arms of the ancient Samson line.
That's right.
That was given to you by your great-great-great-great-grandfather, was it not?
It was indeed. I am astounded that you would know such a thing.
The coat of arms of the Sampsons is well known to me. I make it a personal habit to study all the coats of arms of the various minor families of London. One never knows when it will come in handy in a case. In fact, I've written several books on it.
Oh, my goodness. Astounding.
Indeed. You would think it was quite obvious considering your youthful play with poison and frogs.
Indeed.
Those types of things are just genetics, Holmes.
Nice.
Watson?
God damn it! We're wasting time. We need to go find her.
Excuse me, sir.
Good God, she has a gun!
Yes. And I shall advise you to step softly upon my household floors. I have just had them redone. So, what have you to say now, my cousin? You think that I would kidnap my own flesh and blood?
Apparently not.
Good answer.
Yes, point the gun at him. Not the man who put you in prison for these knives.
What is it then? If you are not the kidnapper, then what is it you want?
Let me tell you a story. It's time that I had something to say that somebody would listen to for once.
I don't know, it is 1893 and you are a woman. All right. And
Thank you. And I'm sorry. Thank you for listening. It was Meredith Sampson who first confronted me. That day, some years ago, before I was convicted.
Thank you for coming, Dahlia. Have a seat.
Thank you.
I'm going to move the seat before you sit. It's my way.
This is very nice of you to have me here.
Well, we are relatives, aren't we?
It's true, and I have the medallion.
Click, click, click.
So please.
You know that you have always been my favorite relative. And I know that you are also the kindest, possibly the most intelligent.
Oh, thank you.
You're also the only one who really knows what to do with an amphibian.
Well, this is true. I did spend years studying them on my own, without the aid of any gentleman or male figures, and I did find that they could breathe both air and water.
It's very nice, my dear, but I really do need to talk to you about your expertise in extremely extracting certain secretions from your amphibian friends that causes a certain, how do you say, death reaction.
Oh, why, it is a little known fact, and I'm quite impressed that you are aware of this, that the venom, the liquid that they carry inside of their veins, a certain Scottish one, may I say, that
Had no idea.
is indeed capable of killing a full-sized human.
Then it was the aunt all the time, Holmes. It was she who's at the heart of the entire escapade.
Calm down, Watson. We'll see.
Sir?
Mrs. Danbury,
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
you mean to tell me that on the very eve of your release, your estranged aunt came to you and asked you to prepare a poison to kill a man with? And you had no forthcomings about this, considering you were just released from prison?
All right.
Family first, I guess, huh? Family
It's true.
first.
I knew what she wanted, and I was more than willing to give it to her.
But she offered you something that you wanted even more.
That is correct.
What did she offer you? Please, tell us.
A name, a new identity, a new life. One that didn't have the remnants of a criminal record. She promised me this.
And so, if you can give me these secretions secretly, then I will grant you anything you want. A new identity.
Oh,
You can go to America, you can go to India, you can go to anywhere you want.
oh,
With a new name, a new passport.
I would most love that. And
But now that it all had come to light, her plan to escape anonymously had been destroyed, and the only way she could keep her anonymous nature intact was to kill the one man in her family who knew it. The gun was blaring in her hand as she pressed it closer and closer to his temple.
And so you see, Mr. Sampson, where's your temple? Show me. No.
Ah! Watson, hold this.
You're crazy!
Watson, I'm afraid she would have killed all of us to hide her secrets. Madame Scotland Yard will be here shortly for you. You are an accomplice to murder once again.
No! No, not again! I can't bear it! The ladies in prison are so cruel.
At once she lurched towards me and grabbed the gun from my hand
I can't have that happen!
and put it to her own temple, which she now knew where was located.
This one here! Oh, this cannot happen. No. And stand back. I shall not go back into that wretched place. Let me sit here and strike a feminine pose and say goodbye.
She pulled the trigger. Her head exploded.
Oh!
In all the annals of medical history, there is only one death slightly as gruesome as death by the Green Plague, and that is death by a bullet in one's temple. And it's damned hard on the hats. Holmes!
Watson, I tell you to examine the lady, but I think I can see what her symptoms are.
She's dead, Holmes!
Yes, quite.
Holmes, how many lives will this plague take?
No more tonight, if we act fast enough. Now quick, Lestrade should be here to clean up this mess shortly. If you want to save your daughter, we need to move quickly.
And quickly, Holmes took me by the scruff of my neck and dragged me out of the house, back onto the streets. Why, Holmes, I'm shaken.
You should be, Watson. I know that you're an army man, but it's not often you see one's brains inside out.
Holmes,
Terribly tragic.
If you have any idea who is at the heart of this crime, do come up with it quickly, for I don't know if my nerves can take any more of this.
Tut, tut, Watson, I've got it all falling into place now. But allow me a bit of theatricality. I like my theories to be presented in whole, when all of the constituents are there. Let us go. We have more Samsons to see, more BS to discover.
And so, we continued on our journey.
Well, yes, I was there. It's absolutely true. I don't know how you knew that.
Of course I knew. I knew because of your cape.
How did you know about it?
Your cape was hanging by the door when you let us in. That cape had a peculiar bit of ink on it. This ink was used in the ransom note.
But it wasn't I, was it? I just wrote the note. I wrote the note. I did.
That's right, it wasn't you. Although your brain power is quite astute.
Yes.
It was Bernie! Bernie. You expect us all to believe that you're just plain dumb Bernie? Secretly, you've been burning with envy. Burning with envy.
Burning.
Why, yes. That is true, Mr. Holmes.
Bernie, play dumb.
I can't do it anymore.
Oh. But we committed to each other for life that you would play stupid and we would get the inheritance.
My sister's life is more important. Do you understand?
I think you've just been accused of taking her life.
She's been kidnapped. Are you saying that you murdered her?
Mr. Holmes, I must confess something. Why, you see, all my life, I was told, play dumb, play dumb. Your sister, she's so smart, she's so intelligent. Why, I would stand right here and she'd be right next to me. I can imagine it right now.
And you see, that is why the square root of r times 4 in the 8th power really equals 5. Isn't it confounding? Most people think that it equals 0, but it's really 5. It's a magic number.
It really was 0. But Father would never let it happen. And so my sister, she had to go. And so I concocted a plan, and I had my wife write the note. And, well, I was on the cusp of enacting it. I was.
You placed the note upon her pillow, and you went to abscond with your sister, and found that she was gone already.
Yes.
You mean he's not the culprit, Holmes?
Of course not.
Oh, goodness.
Bernie may be horribly, horribly envious, rotten to the core with envy. One might say green with it.
But I loved my sister. I loved her with all my heart. I was just furious with all the attention she got.
I understand. In the Holmes family, there is one who even surpasses my brilliance. My brother Mycroft. Some might say is the government of England, Mycroft. So smart, Mycroft. Always sends me on his little errand. Never mind.
Mr. Holmes, if it wasn't Bernie and it wasn't I, then perhaps I might have some information.
Oh, please, do tell.
Well, it was earlier in the evening, and I was with Mildred. We were having our typical walk in the garden.
Darling, I'm so glad that we could have this time together.
Oh, Mildred, you've taken me in. I love you so.
And I love you. You know you're my favorite woman in the family.
I know. And I just want to say that I know what you're trying to do.
Are you on board with me?
Yes, I am on board with you, and I'll write the note pretending that it was me, and then pretending that it was Bernie, but then you take her away.
We'll see, my dear. We'll see.
Okay. And that was it.
And then she disappeared.
Into the garden mist.
It seems like Meredith Mildred Sampson is a many-faceted lady. Perhaps it is time we hunted her down. It's a good thing we're already at the Sampson residence.
She's right upstairs. I can take you to her quarters.
And we walked up the long flight of mahogany stairs until we arrived at her quarters.
Spirals. Boy, Aunt Millie, you got some people to see you.
You can leave off the idiot act, sir.
Oh. Why, do come in.
However,
Let's just go down the hallway here. Please.
It's a spiral hallway.
Just keep following. We'll get there.
these old houses often have back passages that are very difficult to navigate, Watson.
Yes, Holmes, please.
So, what do I owe the pleasure, Mr. Holmes? Dr. Watson? Dear? Dearer? Biscuit?
A good biscuit is always welcome.
Of course.
All right.
All
Mrs.
right.
Sampson,
Yes?
I can see that you are the matriarch of this family and the mastermind of this plot. Now, reveal yourself. Don't act silly with me, girl. Sit down. Come up. Everyone knows you didn't want to be part of
Holmes,
this
where are
family.
you? Where's everybody?
Go up the staircase, sir. It's the spiral one. Down the hallway.
God damn it!
Keep coming. We'll just wait. I don't want to have to do this twice. I think he's lost his way.
We're one flight down, sir! One flight down!
You have to come downstairs, sir. That one flight.
Father-in-law, wait! Can you get my cape?
Oh, really? There's no time for that now. There's one flight, sir.
I'm here!
Oh! I didn't even realize there was a door on that side.
Servant's passage. Quicker route, narrower hallway. All right, ladies. Let's shuffle you on one side of the room. This has been a battle of the sexes since the start, hasn't it? You women fighting for your rights?
We
But I
are the far more superior sex, and you stinky men have always been ashamed of it and have tried to push us down, and we're tired of it. Tired! Yes, we are! And we want to show you our strength.
We actually are united. We've never been enemies, have we?
Never.
In fact, we're lovers.
Yes, we are. But I didn't know that part.
Bernardino, what is... Mr. Holmes!
Lindsay, you've got to... Hold on. I don't want to do this again. You've got to come up. It's only 2 flights up the spiral staircase, down the curvy hall.
Oh, come on! Hurry up, please!
What the hell?
You're alive!
Yes.
You're not kidnapped!
And I'm a lesbian!
What?
I just had to get it off my chest. It's been burning for years.
Now that that's all out,
It's 1893. Things are changing.
Why, I see what? She found her!
Father, have you been sleeping this entire time?
You know me.
you see, these ladies are a part of a league. A league of women who is fighting for ladies' rights.
That's right.
That's right.
They're suffragettes.
That's right. Bra went flying just now.
And I'm not wearing a brassiere.
They recently began to cause riots about London. Created a secret society just for it. Well, let me tell you, ladies, I'm with you. I think you should have rights. I think you should vote. You are the fairer sex, but that doesn't make you lesser. You hear that, gentlemen? These women have gone through all sorts of hoops and alleyways and back staircases just so they could find some measure of equality.
But through the hearts of a man?
Yes, whatever
Through
it takes.
men is the only way that we can reach power. For you see, you are our puppets. If we don't have a man on our arms, no one listens to us. See? If we don't have a man on our arms, no one listens to us.
I did not hear what she said.
I'm trying to come to terms with this, but it takes a powerful intellect to overcome these deeply held beliefs that we've had in our society for so long.
And we were not patient enough.
No. No, we weren't patient enough. And in fact, Bernie, come here. You are the last brother. Frog!
Bernie! His death was worse than all the others combined! Bernie!
No, I didn't think you'd kill Bernie!
Bernie!
No!
At once they were both contagiously infected by the plague!
Well, Watson, I think we should use the spiral staircase in a
This is what happens when women try to vote, Holmes!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we left before the police came. And we went back to our apartment at 221B Bay. So are they all really dead, or are they only nearly dead?
Watson, I started a mighty conflagration upon our exit. They're almost certainly dead, but the plague shall not spread outside of their doors.
Well, Holmes, it appears that when a certain set of circumstances are set in motion by crime and greed, nothing but tragedy can come of it. Once again, Holmes, it seems the sins of one's past has come to claim its victim.
In this case, an entire family. If they could have just been open about their true loves, their heart's desires, the need for equality in our society, perhaps they all wouldn't have died a bloated, stinking, wretched death, writhing on the floor, suffering at the very last.
Is it possible, Holmes? Can you imagine a time where society will advance so far that women will be looked upon as the equal of a man?
Don't be ridiculous, Watson. If that day ever comes, who knows what sort of clowns will be in charge.
I stood looking at Holmes as he looked out the bay window, a smoke cloud emanating from his lips, a twinkle in his eye, for there were times when Holmes could see further than any other mortal man, and at this point I knew he was seeing 100, maybe 150 years into the future, at a time where that twinkle in his eye would be realized, and all that could be was the end. thank you so very much. What a wonderful audience you are. My name is Ken Adams. I'm the Artistic Director of Synergy Theater. This is Synergy Theater, and you are the awesome Synergy Theater audience. Today was all sold out. In fact, our entire run has been sold out for this performance of Sherlock. Of course, we could not do that without you folks and your support. So many of you come to see all of our shows, come several times, bring your friends, and you just have to know how deeply meaningful that is to us. We appreciate it to the very core of our hearts. Thank you very, very much for being here. I have two brief announcements to make, and then I'll let you go. Number one, in January, that's our next show, the third weekend of January, we are putting on a brand new show for us, Improvisers in Space, a spontaneous starship adventure. So think Star Trek, Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy. Come back and see us. If you would like an opportunity to see that show for free, you just might have one. All you have to do is fill out that raffle ticket, the audience survey card, with your name, email, how you found out about our show. Put it in that blue box on your way out. I'm going to pick 3 people from this audience, and you will win 2 free tickets to Improvisers in Space from January. Please fill that out. That is also our way of asking you politely for your email address. We'd love to put you on our mailing list so that we can keep you informed with everything that we are doing. Number 2 is, if improv looks like fun, it is. If you're wondering if you can do it, you can. We teach classes, and we have a brand new beginning class starting on Tuesday. So if you'd like to do something new, have some fun, and see how all of this happens, go to synergytheater.com and take a look at some of our classes. We would love to have you there. Once again, thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. I love you. Goodbye.